What's up, Title Zone? My name's Blaine. If you're new to the channel, welcome. And today we are headed out to the Ultimate Banger Card Show, and let's go shopping. All right, so today we're headed back to the Ultimate Banger Show, and we're doing some hunting for more tag team cards. I've got the Stained Glass Birds promos, one of the main ones we're kind of looking for today. The Ultimate Banger is a great show that happens every couple month or so, and it's locally here in Sanford today at Decision Tactical, so we're gonna make our way inside and hopefully we can find some good stuff. All right, we've made our way around, ran into a really cool booth, and it has an awesome binder. This binder is full of some really cool vintage stuff, so I'm kind of making my way through. I'm probably gonna end up picking out a couple things, but this Tentacruel Legend Maker Holo is super sick, so this is probably one we're gonna have to snag up. I love those old school holos, so definitely one I'm gonna set aside. We'll go through this. If I see anything else, I'll pick up the camera and let you guys know. Just gonna end up going with this one, the Holo Tentacruel from Legend Maker. Ended up doing it for 10, so we're gonna snag cash, change, and then we'll be good.
You back to 20?
Yeah, you're good. Sweet, thanks man, appreciate it.
You.
Yeah, absolutely man, thank you so much. Ran into a binder that is just chock full of a bunch of really great tag teams. I just pulled out this Charizard and Braxton. We're gonna definitely pick that up. This is one that I know a lot of you guys have been saying I need to pick up, the Gengar and Mimikyu, so this could potentially be one I snag, but I'm definitely gonna end up picking this one up here. We're gonna take a look at TCG Player and see kind of where they're sitting at on the price.
What's up, bro?
So we're gonna do 25 cash for it. 25 cash, there's that. Appreciate it, man. Thank you so much. Appreciate it. Another tag team marked off. Over at Vincata Collects, and we've got some really cool stuff that he has over here in this special little section. He's brought these two Holon Phantoms theme decks that are really sweet. I know we talked about theme decks in a previous video, but these are really cool. These are definitely one that's really sick. He's got a best offer right now. It's $650, but super cool. And then of course, the most controversial card that we'll probably end up talking about in a video here soon, but wanted to share these. These are really, really cool. We're here over at Legendary Line Collectibles. You guys saw them in previous videos. I have found the Stained Glass Birds promo, and they have been gracious enough to tell me they're not moving from their price, which is reasonable. I get it, I get it. It's reasonable, it's super reasonable, but I'm gonna throw you a crazy offer, okay? An offer you can't refuse. Because I'm picking up the Rainbow Rare as well. I want to do 130, which saves me $2 whole.
We can do that.
Yes.
We got you, Blake.
Look at that. Huge deal. Okay, I am super happy. We're picking up 2 tag teams, but this is the one I really wanted, guys. So I knew I was going to get bullied all day for this promo, and so here I am. We're going to pick it up 130. Big shout out to Legendary Line Collectibles. You guys are the best. $20. Appreciate you. Thank you so much. Good to see you. Thank you guys, appreciate it. They bullied me and I bought the 2 cards. One of the first booths you see as you kind of come in is Gold and Silver Collectibles. A ton of really cool stuff. These full art EXs are really killer. I feel like they kind of lost touch with themselves with full arts as of late, but man, all of these are super cool. He's got a nice selection of everything, but something that really caught my eye, honestly, was this Gold Star Torchic. I cannot believe the price on this thing now. 7 G's for this thing is crazy, but a lot of really cool stuff. I was looking at the Team Magma Groudon, something I was going to hit him up about a little bit later. I don't have nearly the cash nor the trade value here today, but a lot of really cool stuff. But Gold and Silver Collectibles, if you guys kind of see anything you're looking for, be sure to hit him up. Before I ran away, I ended up seeing he had a pile of some other stuff on the side. He's got this Rainbow Slowpoke and Psyduck. I mean, an iconic duo. He's got a couple other Rainbow cards, but the Slowpoke and Psyduck is definitely one I think I need to pick up here today. Brought some trade bait like I was talking about. I've got that Rainbow Mew from Fusion Strike, a couple other smaller cards. He's taking a look and we're gonna see what we can do. Okay, so we're gonna do a straight trade here for these 3. We've got the Eevee Trainer card, we've got the Articuno, Rainbow Mew, and then we're picking up this Slowpoke and Psyduck. Appreciate it, man. Thank you so much. Like I said, guys, Gold and Silver Collectibles. Appreciate the deal, and if you guys need anything, let them know. Maybe a $7,000 Gold Star Torchic. You know, one of those things I was just talking about with Zach. Big shout out to him, you know, for that deal we just did. But one of the things we were talking about was the cards for Japanese, the newer sets, right? They're starting to have some more off-center cards. He said only one of the Gardevoirs that he ended up pulling from Mega Symphonia was actually worthy of grading. I think that's something to attest to the fact that Pokemon's at a crazy standpoint right now. We're like getting super hyper pumped that even the Japanese printers can't keep up, and the quality control is starting to shoot down. So something to think about, even the Japanese sets. I know a lot of the English sets are pretty bad when it comes to quality control, but even the Japanese sets, we're starting to see some pretty poor quality control. So something to think about. Definitely the printers are going over at Skybound, and he's got a couple really cool of these stamped cards. We've been kind of picking up a couple of these today. He's got the Horsey from Haul-On Phantoms, and then also the Gloom from Haul-On Phantoms. I'm a big fan of Vileplume, one of my favorite evolution lines, honestly, and so we're gonna end up probably grabbing these two. He's got them listed at about 10 there, and then he was listing this at about 7, so see what kind of deal we can make. All right, so we're picking them both up. We're gonna do 15 cash. Awesome, thank you so much, appreciate it, man. Thank you so much. A couple great stamp cards. He's got some other cards too that I may come back for, but I just need to drink a beer before I do it. This is the really cool thing about these shows is sometimes you run into things like that that you just never see before, and a pop one, this is the only one out there, so really cool, very unique to see. But we're gonna take a look at some of the singles, see if there's anything we're kind of looking for. Over at Duvall Collector, we've got the boys here. They've got a bunch of really awesome stuff. They just started rolling on their own YouTube channel, a bunch of really cool stuff. He actually had our Gardevoir and Sylveon tag team from a couple shows ago that I was thinking about picking up, but of course tag teams go so quickly, they come and they go. But they do have the Slowpoke and Psyduck tag team. We might have to try and work something out. Okay, we're gonna take a little break. I'm gonna grab a beer. We're gonna kind of settle in for a second. I'm gonna grab a beer though. And I think there's a couple more deals that I want to try and make, but overall, definitely some really good deals here at the Trainer's Backpack. Oh, which way do you want me to go? We got cut off there. I had to go underneath the security ropes, but we're gonna go ahead and grab a beer. There are a couple more booths that I do want to check out before we get out of here, but overall though, it's been a really good show. We picked up a couple of the cards that we were really looking for, so really happy about that. But let's go grab a beer. Okay, hopefully YouTube doesn't flag me for all this music that's playing, but we have picked up a bunch of cards so far today. We've got a bunch of tag teams. We've got the stained glass birds that we were ultimately looking for. But we're gonna enjoy a beer real quick, so stay tuned, and we'll get back to shopping here in a second. Over with my buddy Ace Trainer Tay. He has got some awesome stuff. He's been moving a bunch of stuff today. He had a really cool team up blister he ended up moving, but he's kind of running out of singles. He's pretty much down to his slabs, and we were just talking about it. There's a couple, right? We're looking at some of the bigger ones. They end up kind of becoming this thing where you end up moving them from vendor to vendor. It's kind of getting harder and harder. For example, like the Van Gogh. It's almost getting a bit unattainable for regular customers to pick it up, and now it goes from vendor to vendor to vendor. But big shout out to Ace Trainer Tay. If you guys aren't following him on all the socials, check him out. He's got some great streams going on. He's been doing whatnot TikTok? Is it TikTok streams? So he's got TikTok streams, whatever you guys are looking for. If you guys need singles, slabs, great cards, he's got it all. So I guess today's the day where I only picked up stamped cards, but we just recently picked up the Horsey, as you guys have seen, but we've got the Seadra, and I think that's one we're definitely gonna have to pick up from Taylor here over at his booth. So we're gonna put this one aside. We've still got the rest of this binder to kind of sift through. Like I said in the previous video, the binders is where you can actually find a lot of really, really good deals. So definitely look through the binders. Okay, so we're picking it up. We're gonna end up grabbing this as well. We're getting like the evolution line at this point. Now I need the Kingdra, if there is a Kingdra in this set, but we're gonna go ahead and grab the stamped promo. He's gonna do me a solid. We're gonna do 10 cash. Appreciate you, Taylor. Thank you so much, man. Thank you. Again, guys, be sure to check out Ace Trainer Tay. He's got some really cool stuff. And again, TikTok streams, be sure to check those out. I think one of my favorite things about these shows is I usually get the cases get brought out and they show off some of the cooler stuff. And we've got a Crystal Lugia, we've got the Shining Celebi, Shining Noctowl, cards that you just don't normally see hanging around at random local card shows. But the Crystal Lugia is on a totally different level. It's such a sick card. One of those other things you can do while you're at these shows is if you have a specific card you're looking for, right? I really want that e-reader holo of Dugong. Why? I don't know. I just love Dugong. If you're looking for a specific card, you can ask vendors, right? You can start talking to them, and one of the vendors I had actually done a deal with earlier had recently just picked one up. They didn't bring it to the show, and so I'm gonna hit them up on Instagram, and we're gonna try and see if we can work out a deal. They said they're gonna try and hook me up, so be sure to follow them. I'm gonna put their socials here up on the screen. guys can help me out, maybe get a really good deal. But once again, if you guys are looking for specific cards, be sure to ask the vendors, talk to them, talk it out about it with anyone, and they might even, you know, point you in the right direction of the right vendor that may have the card you need. So in one of the last videos, we ended up picking up a Kingdra or Seadra, that's right, Seadra pre-release card, and we ended up getting a great deal from that vendor. He's back here at the show today, and we're gonna end up snagging another tag team. We're gonna get up this rainbow. He had it marked as 26. We're gonna end up doing 20. Thank you so much, appreciate it, man. Thank you so much. I can't stop negotiating. Reminder, guys, if you do go to these shows, negotiate with the people a little bit. They're more than willing to work with you. Thank you again, appreciate it. All right, another round at the Ultimate Banger card show, and it was a good time. We picked up a ton of cards. I'm not gonna lie, we picked up a lot. There was one card we ultimately wanted to grab today, and we ended up finding it. I didn't find a sealed copy, but I don't think I saw a sealed copy at all today, but we did get the stained glass bird, so super happy about that. Picked up quite a few tag teams, so we definitely have increased the amount of tag teams we have here in the collection, but we're gonna make our way home, check out the market on things, and see how we did. But we're gonna try and turn and burn this video here today. So this is a video we filmed today, and hopefully we're gonna get it out ready to go for you guys by tonight. Fingers crossed.
A little longer than a few minutes later.
All right, we are back from the Ultimate Banger card show, one of my favorite shows that locally gets put on. I have to say it's one of my favorite easily, and I really like when it's at Decision Tactical because I can grab a beer, which is ultimately really nice. We've picked up a ton of cards today, so we have quite a bit to go through here on the TCG marketplace, so we're gonna go ahead and start going through those. Big shout out to every single vendor that I dealt with today. I'm trying to get this video out in the same day, so hopefully I made sure to get everybody's Instagram, all their socials up there. If I didn't, I missed you, I'm sorry. I really appreciate you, and thank you for the deals. Let's go ahead and head over to tcgplayer.com, and we're taking a look at our very first card. You know, the couple of cards that we're gonna talk about are a little bit on the lower end, but I have really started to fall in love with these reverse stamps. I really like them. The Gloom is super cool. Honestly, Gloom is one of my favorite original 151 because the entire evolution line is definitely on point. I love Vileplume, Oddish is cool. Everything about him's great. So we're looking at the reverse stamp from Holon Phantoms. I ended up picking this one up, and then the Horsey as well. I did kind of a combo deal. I believe I did $15 for them total. So we ended up working out a little deal for both of them together. So I would probably put it at, I ended up paying about $7, $8 for this one specifically, or maybe a little bit less. We could even say maybe even less. But the lowest current listing is $9 on TCG Player. Looking at some of the nearest sales, we only have one sale that's recent, and it was on 5/10/25, and it was at $9. So not a ton of information on this card, but honestly a really cool one, and we're loving these stamps that we're picking up. The next one on the list is the Horsey Delta Species, the fire type, super cool. This is another one with a great stamp on it, and we ended up picking up the next evolution in the line as well that you're gonna see here in a second. But we grabbed this together with the Gloom, 15 total. So I put the Gloom at about 7, 8, you know, so we're talking about only about $8 we ended up spending on this one too. So the lowest current listing on TCG Player is $8.24 with 99-cent shipping, and the market price is about almost $8, $7.63. So last sales, $8.04, $8, $5.99, $10.99, $6.99. So kind of all over the place there, but ultimately about $8 in total. Next one on our list from Ace Trainer Tay, we have the Delta Species Seadra, which is also super cool. Another stamped one we ended up grabbing, and we're looking at that one over here on TCG Player. This one does not have a lot of information. This is one that honestly, I feel like I need to go back and I need to help out Taylor a little bit because I think he hooked me up big time. But we ended up grabbing this one for $10. He had it listed at 15. He told me throw me 10 and we'll call it good. But the market price is kind of all over the place. I mean, the current market price is about $30. Last two sales, $31, $29.99. So definitely got a really good deal from Taylor for that one. Something cool about that card is it was one of his childhood cards, so that definitely makes it near and dear to me, even more so. Now, the last of the stamped cards we ended up grabbing is this Legend Maker Tentacruel, which is super cool. I love the artwork, and there's some really, something about those OG holos that really speak to me. But this one, Super nice. I ended up grabbing this one for, I believe, 15 or 10. No, it was 10. I think it was 10. Yeah, it was $10. So I grabbed that for 10 bucks. They had it listed at 15, I believe, and I grabbed it for 10. The market price, though, sitting at about $12.26 with only one sale showing on TCG for $11.78. So just a little under the market price we ended up grabbing that for. Moving into some of our bigger cards, we have the Pheromosa and Buzzwole. The rainbow, talked about this in one of my last videos. I'm really starting to like these rainbow cards. Something about them, I'm starting to fall in love with them now. I used to not like them at all, but something about them I'm really, really liking. This one's interesting. On TCG Player, has it listed for $69.98 as the lowest current listed price, which is kind of crazy. I'm shocked by that, but the market price is sitting at about $22.35. And then looking at the last sales, we have 26, 22, 21. Ended up grabbing this one for 20 bucks. So definitely a great deal on that one, especially looking at the current lowest listings on TCG Player. Next one on our list, this was another one I ended up doing a double deal for over at Legendary Line Collectibles. Big shout out to both of them. Thank you guys so much for doing a deal with me. Ended up grabbing the card I ultimately wanted to grab that we'll talk about here soon, but the Naganadel and Guzzlord. Current lowest price on TCG Player is $33.98 and the market price is $25.32. So looking at the last solds, $29.99, $30, $27, $26, and $28. Ended up grabbing this one for 20 bucks. They had it for 22, but I ended up getting $2 off the sticker price. All right, we're moving on to the Charizard and Braxton. This is ultimately, if you guys are looking for a tag team that's fairly priced, if you're looking one for a Chasemon in it, you know, Charizard obviously being in it, this is a really good pickup. I think this is a great pickup as of right now. I think this is gonna continue make an upward trend here soon. Current lowest pricing on TCG is $33.99 with a market price of $29.94. I believe they had it listed for 25 or 30. I'm kind of blanking here, but I ended up buying it for 20 or 25. I got $5 off the asking price. Last sales, $29.99, $28.65, $30, $31, $29, and $30. So ended up getting a good deal here. All right, this is the card we were ultimately looking for. This is the one that, so now I have completed the trio of legendary chickens. We have every single card. A little bit off-centered, but I'm not gonna send this in for grading. This is, you know, gonna ultimately, I'm trying to create a tag team binder here soon, but this is gonna end up in that tag team binder. Really, really happy I ended up getting this card. Seeing it in person and checking out the artwork, I mean, it's beautiful. This is probably, I would easily put it up there as one of the best promos ever created. I really like it. I'm partial to stained glass 2 artwork. I think it's really nice. Looking at the lowest current price on TCG Player, we have $115 and the market price is about $108.46. Now they had it listed at $110. They did not want to budge, but we got $2 off the other card, the other rainbow card we picked up. So we ended up grabbing those two for $130 together. So that one was, you know, $110, was not going to get away from that price of $110. Looking at all the last sales, $110, $105, $110, $110, and pretty much $110. The trend of this one is crazy though. I mean, we've got it up to $125, back down, and it's slowly making its climb back again. And I'm sure it's probably gonna end up heading north of the area it was even before. Now, the last card we ended up grabbing today, and the biggest card we ended up picking up was the Slowpoke and Psyduck. Rainbow Secret Rare from Unified Minds. This is a super cool one. The two of them together is like literally the perfect tag team. They are so goofy. What an iconic duo. We grabbed this one and got this one off of a trade. He had it listed, I believe, at about $150. We ended up trading away that Rainbow Secret Rare Mew from Fusion Strike in a 10. A couple other smaller cards, an Eevee, I think the Articuno from Journey Together. A couple cards that I'm not super partial to, especially that Rainbow Rare. I ended up getting it off eBay years ago for super cheap, so I didn't really have any nostalgia towards it, whereas we've got two of the original 151 on this card. It's a tag team, another thing I've been chasing after, but The current lowest listing is $168.99 with a market price of about $140. And then looking at some of the last sales, we've got $168.99, $140, $149.40, $176.78, and $123.55. So kind of all over the place, but a sale from today at almost $170. And I got it for about $170, or I got it for about $160 or so in value, I would say. I ended up trading towards it, so things that I wasn't super partial to, but overall, tons of pickups from today's video. I had a blast. There was a lot of really good stuff we ended up finding, but again, shout out to all the vendors we dealt with, and let's go ahead and wrap this one up. All right, that's it for today's video. We are wrapped up. A big haul from the Ultimate Banger Card Show. Big shout out to the vendors. Big shout out to the Ultimate Banger. It's an awesome show. I really do love it. It's one of my favorites, and the fact it's in my backyard whenever it's up here in Sanford makes it even sweeter. I am still looking for more tag teams though, and I want to hear down in the comments below what tag team I should be going after next. I know there's a couple more of those alternate arts that we definitely need to find, but there's also trainer cards that I've not really snuck into that much yet. So we have a lot more tag teams to go. We're definitely gonna be building out a really cool tag team binder here in the near future. If you guys have hung out with me all the way till the end, I wanna say thank you so much. Be sure to like, leave a comment, and also subscribe to the channel. We are almost at 800 subscribers. Huge milestone for the channel here, but once we hit 1,000, subscribers, we're definitely doing a big giveaway. So stay tuned for that. Subscribe, it's totally free. And until next time, we'll catch you later, Title Zone. Filmed, edited, done, same day. Tag teams, can't stop. Sheesh!